2 matches to decide our continental fate. If we win on aggregate, we will make the group stages of the Copa Libertadores at the first time of asking. If we do not, we will make the group stages of the Copa Sudamericana. Standing in our way is Emelec from Ecuador. Expectations are high. The spectators and supporters are expecting a win in this match. Can we deliver? Well, that's the question. With the exception of Osvaldo Pereira, we rotated our squad completely as we took on Agua Santa in the Sao Paulo State Championship at home. We managed a 2-1 victory, a monstrous debut for Fabiano Jaeger, and obviously William Da Silva did pretty well as well. Jaeger with a pair of goals, Da Silva with a pair of assists. At the end, it was a pretty easy victory. But we have our normal cast of characters as we get set to take on Emelec at Novelli Junior. It's going to be Montavani in goal, even though Jonathan played pretty well in the last match. We're going to see him in the remaining matches in the Sao Paulo State Championship, which will be played off camera. There are actually 2 matches in between the 2 legs of this tie, so it's 4 matches essentially in 7 or 8 days. It's going to be Ivanzinho, Igor, Canella, and Souza Silva on the back line. Beto, Edson Jose, and Leonardo in the midfield. It's going to be Rodriguez on the left, Caio Henrique on the right, and Osvaldo Pereira getting the start once again at striker. I do sincerely hope that our supporters know what they're talking about. Even the board thinks that it may be rough. We might eke out a win, but the supporters are demanding victory today. We have a full house at our house as we take on Emelec in the 3rd qualifying round of the Copa Libertadores. We are coming into this absolutely blind because this is our first foray into South American competition, and personally my first major save in South America. I don't really know what to expect from these teams from around the continent. Corner is headed away, but Rodriguez will recycle it quickly. Edson Jose gets it back from Rodriguez once again. Around the edge of the box, cuts inside, puts the shot on, and Napa able to make a save as he dives backwards in order to knock that behind for a corner. But good early opportunities. In fact, we are out shooting them 5-0 in the first 10 minutes of this match. We have gotten 3 of them on target, and we are also dominating in possession. Now, I'm hoping that we are able to pull out a similar result that we did against Fortaleza in the last tie at home. We ended up winning 3-0. Now, we conceded 2 goals in the reverse fixture, which ain't great. Oh, good pickup by Souza Silva. Caio Henrique, Edson Jose looking to move it forward. Looks for Caio Henrique, but instead finds Souza Silva along the sideline. Henrique to Beto, up ahead. Souza Silva on that right wing, gets it past Carosa. Edson Jose, deep, but he is going to have preceded the ball beyond the defense, and the flag is up, and it is an offside call. Looking around the scoreboard, are there any teams that we know involved in this competition? No. Sporting Cristal, though, is winning 1-0 against Halchipato. I believe they're from Honduras. I'm not 100% sure. There are 4 spots remaining in the group stage. We are hoping to seal one of them. Ivanzinho, Leonardo, left-footed, tries to put it in the corner. He was at a bit of a weird angle. I don't know if that was our best opportunity, but at least we are still taking our chances. But once again, Leonardo coming close, but earning no cigar for his shots on goal. Caroso in control. Caio Henrique knocks it out. What a slide tackle. But it is going to lead to an Emelec throw-in, which we are going to get to see. Still in their end, a Nangano up the sideline. Munoz knocked away by Leonardo, but Caroso is in possession. Backheel pass picked off by Edson Jose, and we're off at the races going the other way. They have been able to get a lot of bodies back. Some support for Edson Jose. It's Caio Henrique. He can't get it past Napa, and Borgia will put that out behind for a corner. We have played 33 and a half minutes in this match. Still no shots on goal for Emelec. No attempts. We have 13, 6 of them on target, but so far, no joy. We have to absolutely get better, and we're going to say that to the team at halftime, especially if we don't take the lead here. Souza Silva, his cross, intercepted. Caroso looks to clear it. Ivanzinho settles it down after it goes over the head of Igor. Leonardo in the middle. Edson Jose. Caio Henrique tries to get around his man, but he leaves it for Arisvaldo Pereira, who picks out the top corner to finally give us the 1-0 lead we deserve. It only took 14 shots and a little over 40 minutes, but our domination continues. Only 1-0 on the scoreboard, but all of the metrics show the match going well in our favor. We didn't really have the option to talk about how we need to finish off our chances because we are getting so many of our shots on target. Right now we are at 50%, which in the grand scheme of things is pretty good, although we are naturally underperforming our XG of 1.26 with just the one goal. Deep throw, and Caio Henrique gives it back. Souza Silva. Edson Jose leaves it back for him. Edson Jose once again into the middle. He'll put a shot on, and he will score. Rodolfo Souza Silva picking up the assist. It's 2-0, 55 minutes in. And now we are starting to cruise like I felt we should have, since I noticed they didn't even get a shot on goal to our 5 in the first 10 minutes. They still, at the hour mark, do not have a shot in on Pedro Montevani. He has had nothing to do. Of course, as I say that, I bet they get one here. Nope, Ivanzinho clears it only as far as Sanchez, who gets... Oh my goodness gracious, are you kidding me? Their first shot on goal of the match is going to be a penalty attempt. Ivanzinho got a little overzealous on Sanchez. The penalty has been awarded, tugging the shirt. You hate to see it, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Ivanzinho also picking up a yellow card. So once again, our backs just having trouble staying out of the referee's book. And Washington Carrozzo puts it home pretty easily. Man alive. 1 shot on goal, 1 shot on target. And we have demanded more from our team, and once again, Emelec is in control. Washington Carrozzo sending it forward. Canella heading it into open space. Caio Henrique near side. Souza Silva, he's got a lot of green in front of him. Up to the byline, circles it back, taken out by Borja. Borja already on a yellow card. If he gets another one here, he is going to be sent off. It is a red card for Ronnie Borja. Emelec is down to 10 men, and we all know what that means. It means we are going to have to defend our little Brazilian butts off. But we do have a free kick from a side angle dangerous position. Leonardo is going to take it. He's going to put it back post, and Canella just can't get his head over it, and it is off target. I really wish we had gotten that one on. A 3-1 lead at this point would have been fantastic, and we always like getting goal contributions from Leonardo. Rodriguez out wide, drops it back. Canella quickly the edge of the box. Leonardo, Edson Jose lays it into the box for Pereira, and Napa getting a hand on it, putting it behind for yet another Ituano corner. We have had 11 in this match to 0 for Emelec. 63% possession, 21 shots to 1, 11 on target to 1, and we still find ourselves with just a very slim 1-goal lead, but we are once again in control on their end of the pitch. Work to the near side. Souza Silva looks to get around his man, plays it into the box. Leonardo is there. He is shot. He has scored, but I believe that they are going to call this one back as offside. VAR checking it. No, they've awarded the goal. The goal has been awarded, and Leonardo was onside. Souza Silva, great pass. You know what? I can't really tell, but I'll take it. Corner kick. I was just talking about Emelec not having an opportunity. We do want to make some changes as well. Maldonado putting it in. Medina couldn't get his head on that cleanly, so we will make some adjustments now. Rodriguez is going to come out. Fabiano Jaeger, who was so fantastic the other night, is coming in. He's one of the few players that is actually composed and ready to go out there. Paulo Alexandre will come in for Beto. Everybody else, I don't want anybody complacent or anxious going out on the pitch, so we are just going to make the 2 changes and hope that it sticks. This 3-1 lead with just 15 minutes left to go in this match. We have scored the most so far in the 3 matches going on today in the 3rd qualifying round here at the Copa Libertadores. Caio Henrique looking to put it in. A free kick from outside of the box. Keeps it short. Paulo Alexandre gives it back to him. Jaeger feeding Caio Henrique out wide, cutting it back, still laying it forward. Pereira, was he onside? I believe he may have been, and it is 4-1. Arisvaldo Pereira once again putting it home. And when we are that close in, it is very difficult. And looking at this replay, he was very obviously onside. In fact, we didn't have a single player with a foot out of place on that play. So now a 3-goal lead that we'll be taking into, assuming there's no other scoring, of course, that we will be taking into our away tilt at Emelec in Ecuador. Edson Jose winning it back. Souza Silva back to Edson Jose, keeping it away from Caruso. Paulo Alexandre across for Igor. Ivan Zinho at his feet. Jaeger in for Pereira. Feeds it to Caio Enrique, cutting through the defense. Was he offside? If not, it's 5-1. Let's see what VAR has to say about it, because Nicolas Lamolina is consulting them. They say it's good, and we are going to win, and we are going to win quite easily. We don't even need to see it again. 5-1, and a brilliant performance at home. Absolutely fantastic. Now remember, we do have 2 league matches still to get through. We're going to take care of them off camera, and then we're going to see what our fate is in the Copa Libertadores. In our next match in the Sao Paulo State Championship, we did fall to Corinthians 1-0, but we massively rotated the team. In fact, players like Zorzanon and Oakioni making their senior debuts for the club. We really just threw everybody in there that doesn't normally play, and we only lost because João Enrique got his leg in front of one of the Corinthians players in the box. They won a penalty. They converted the penalty. That was the only scoring. So I'm going to say that we played really well. We kind of mixed and matched as we rotated again against Mirasol on the road, and we came out massively victorious. 4-0, another clean sheet for Jonathan, a pair of assists for Gabriel Rosera, a pair of goals for Leonardo. And I know I harp on him, but he's only 16 years old. He just came through our last youth intake. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists in 8 appearances so far for Ituano. Because we have a 4-goal aggregate lead, and because some players featured a little bit more in the last 2 matches than others, we're making 2 changes from the team that took on Emelec at home. It's going to be Fabiano Jaeger as our left wing, and 16-year-old Christian Velasquez getting the start in place of Ivan Zinho at left back. As long as we stay focused and on task, we should be okay. They don't draw a lot of fans here at Emelec. Either that or Ituano isn't much of an international draw. Considering this is our first continental competition, I kind of can't say that I blame them, but up 5-1 on aggregate. It's going to take a massive performance from Emelec in this one to get one over on us, and it looks like, unless, knock on Formica, as long as we don't screw up massively, it looks like we are going to the group stage of the Copa Libertadores, which is a tall order. We probably would be better served in the Copa Sudamericana for our first foray into group stage action on the continental level. But you know what? This whole save has been about throwing ourselves into the fire. We started a 16-year-old goalkeeper. We're starting a 16-year-old midfielder and left back in this match. Most of our team is under the age of 21. So I think our future is in pretty good hands. And right now, our present is as well, because we are, once again, leading in the possession battle. We've only had 1 opportunity on goal. It did not go on target. Make that 2. They haven't hit the target either with their single shot. So as long as it becomes or maintains itself as a defensive battle like it is right now, we'll be fine. If we score here, though, we'll be even better as the ball's played out wide to the right. Souza Silva around the edge of the box, cuts it back, plays it into the middle. Beto, his shot, can't get through the bodies, but Souza Silva picks up the garbage, feeds Fabiano Jaeger on the post, and we are up 6-1 on aggregate. Even better that we picked that up in the final minute of the first half, so that really will push the momentum into our favor as we head into the final 45 minutes. Emelec needs 6 goals in this half in order to move on in the Copa Libertadores. I honestly don't think they're going to do it. Caio Enrique gets the ball in the box, plays it all the way back outside to Beto. Caio Enrique feeds Edson Jose. However, I think Caio Enrique was offside when he received that pass from Beto, so that one is not going to count, I believe. We'll see what VAR has to say, and they have awarded the goal, so we're up 2-0 on the night. and 7-1 on aggregate. And oh my goodness gracious, we are actually having an easier time in this third round than we did in the second round against Fortaleza. Now, Colombia is a higher ranked nation than Ecuador, and it could also be that Ecuador is not a playable league in Football Manager. Sousa Silva around the side. Edson Jose is deep. Sharp angle shot gets it past Napa. It's 3-0, 8-1 on aggregate. I got to admit, I'm absolutely tickled pink, and even though there are still 35 minutes remaining in this match, I'm going to be making some changes in order to get some players with not as much experience as others into the match. So Canella's going to come out. Carlau obviously has a ton of experience. Do I bring in Jonathan in goal? No, let's leave that alone. But Paulo Alexandre is going to come in for Edson Jose. Lots of complacency, which does not make me happy. Let's get Sebastião in for Beto, and Caio Enrique will come out, and Luis Roberto coming in. So we're going to make 4 of our 5 changes fairly early, just because at this point I do not see Emelec getting back into this match, let alone the tie. They have 3 shots on goal. None of them have been on target, and I am almost, I know this is hard to believe, I am almost speechless at this performance, because I'm so proud of our academy kids that they have played so well. And in season 7 of The Save, not only have we made the continental competition, but we are thriving, and we're going to make it to the group stage. Now, I have no illusion that the group stage is not going to be incredibly difficult. One of the groups that has a spot open has Atlético Nacional, for example, who is a major force, not only in Colombia, but in around CONMEBOL as well. So, they do manage to get a couple of shots on target, but we blanked them in the end. An 8-1 aggregate victory. Ituano is moving on to the group stage of the Copa Libertadores. And we have been drawn into Group E. Now, I don't know anything about any of these teams, but we've got Agropecuario Argentino from Argentina, Colo Colo from Chile, the strongest from Bolivia, and of course, Ituano, the team you all know and love. And we're going to kick off that group stage action against the strongest from Bolivia. That's how we're going to be spending our month of March. And that's how we're going to be spending our Monday together. We're finishing off the Sao Paulo State Championship against Gremio. We, by the way, have qualified for the quarterfinals, so we're probably going to have that matchup as well. Lots of fantastic stuff going on. Season 7 is a barn burner so far.